Hello, WLV Heating or WLV Plumbing and Heating.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. So the video that we're about to record is just catching up with WLV Plumbing and Heating, as we have been working with them for the last 13, 14 months. So I thought it'd be a good point to say, well, what's happened? What have we done in that first year of working with you guys? So if you could just introduce yourself for whoever may be watching this video.
Yeah, I'm Scott, one of the owners, directors of WLV Plumbing and Heating.
Yeah, I'm David, also director at WLV Plumbing and Heating. Technical sales director, as I call myself now, as I've transitioned off the tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super. So let's rewind back to what I think was February 25. You guys reached out, and I think you'd seen me talking about websites and SEO. Can you remember what them first calls were around strategy for you guys?
Yeah, well, we came to you. I briefly met you a couple of times, haven't I, prior to this installer and whatnot, and we came to you because, well, we kind of kissed a few frogs, so to speak, I should say, in terms of SEO websites. We thought we had a brilliant website and whatnot, but we were keen to obviously just really push on. We're quite ambitious. We don't really want to sit around waiting for things to happen. We kind of want to grab the bull by the horns, so to speak, really. So when we came to you, we thought we had a really good website. That's what we thought. And it appeared there were just holes in it everywhere. So we discussed improving the website, and there was nothing was related. I think that's what you were saying at the start, Tommy, about there's no words or like geography or anything on our website which you were or whoever was doing it at the time being able to use for SEO purposes. And it was just a sitting website essentially, wasn't it? I think, and not really
pretty bland. Yeah. I'm not trying to knock somebody else's work, but I see a lot of websites, and for me, the majority of websites that I look at is like, yeah, it looks okay as a website. It says that you're a plumber, it says that you're a heating engineer, it says that you do boilers or heat pumps, but it's clear that whoever's built it has not built it with a strategy based on it's a website, it is, but there's no strategy behind it.
I think that's what you come to understand, Tommy, or what we didn't understand at the time. I think when you visually look at a website and you think, oh, that looks all right. Like, yeah, like you said, yeah, we do plumbing, we do heating, yeah, tick, tick. We do installs, tick. Well, I don't think it's till you get under the hood and you start we start learning about what really a website is designed to do or what it can do for you outside of, oh, that looks nice online. Do you know what I mean? And I think we were a bit naive in what it is an actual website does until we obviously had our first meeting with you, and then you kind of get an understanding of what a powerful tool it can be.
Can you remember the keyword research calls where we were looking at this is the local area, this is what's available?
Yeah.
Should we go for that? Yeah.
Yeah, and that was where we originally, as you kind of mentioned at the start of the call, we were WLV Heating until around February last year, where we added plumbing.
Yeah,
I love that topic.
Yeah, it was something as well that we had spoke about, hadn't we? But you really advised us on the importance of it and showed us the actual data. Showed rather than like we had a suspicion, would that be a good thing to do? You confirmed it without any shadow of a doubt that this is what people are searching for. This is what people want. This is an opportunity for you here. And not only do you just, implement it in your website and use the word plumbing more, add it to your company name, really kind of make a song and dance, shout it from the hills, this is what we do because this is what people are searching for. And it will allow people to find us more easily by taking your advice, essentially.
I think we've really got to look on a business by business, location by location, competitor to competitor. Although there's an element of don't care what your competitors are doing, it's, from my point of view, it's being able to look at data right across the UK and look at the business that I'm talking to and look at all that data around that specific location and go, well, if it were my business, where would you put the money? And that was the whole that I kind of looked at from you guys, and I don't think it wasn't necessarily on you guys in your location. It was like knowing what it was that you guys wanted to achieve in the future as a growing, ambitious business. I'm like, okay, people, location, plan. Should we put plumbing in it?
Yeah, I think we underestimated, which we probably, when we first originally spoke about plumbing, we were like, well, we don't necessarily want to change flush valves and taps, but when we look at our job history, we were doing those things anyway. But the benefit of it is people don't differentiate between a gas engineer and a plumber if they need a boiler service or they want a boiler repair. They think a plumber does that. They just think plumber. And we like to think of ourselves as gas engineers, and I suppose you get a bit snobby about it, but really people just see it as a plumber. Yeah, a plumber, he'll fix my boiler, he'll install the boiler, he'll fix my toilet. And I think that's where we really were missing out, I think, in terms of SEO and stuff. So
branding is something that I'm really big on. I do think in your instance, it was just a minor tweak. Yeah, we put in plumbing. The logo didn't particularly change much. The logo's still very close to what it was. But one of the first tasks that we did straight after strategy and basically getting the go ahead to make that tweak was to create a branding kit. I can remember walking across the pool many times with a rum and coke, talking about the fine purple, and we were looking at purple and yellow, wasn't we? Originally. From a picture of a shoe. Here's a trainer. We like the color combination on this trainer. Should we go for that? That was part of the conversation. I was in Egypt.
Still got a lot of love for that color branding. To be fair,
well, I think that yellow made it into your secondary colors.
Yeah, it's yeah.
But where we kind of ended was, well, we didn't want to do a wholesale rebrand. We didn't want to totally reimagine it, the brand. We just wanted to make a little subtle tweak to it. But then the branding kit, we had the branding kit designed around about that time, and I think you can see there's more to the branding kit and the assets that you get. It's not just here's a logo in this one color set. It's all the other things that go into a kit, different colored logos, the color schemes, the secondary colors, the favicon little tweak. I can't remember on yours actually. Did we get the patterns done? I don't.
Yeah, there's some patterns on the website. There's some of the backgrounds you use, I think. Perhaps.
Yeah, it's that W, isn't it? It's the W going over and over. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, more than
Well, if you remember, Tommy, we I know it wasn't directly the branding, but we took out a few extra domains, and we kind of thought, well, let's get a few logos with the different company names or different things that different areas when we look to duplicate what we've been doing with WLV across different areas, perhaps. We had logos as well ready to go for that, so it was quite extensive in terms of the pack that was put together.
That's kind of future proofing.
Yeah.
For and again, that just came down to you guys and your unique position of being in between three towns.
Yeah.
So which one do you pivot for? And we add that all signed up at the same time. So
I think I was on a bit of a mad domain buying spell, if you remember that one weekend, Tommy, as well. Yeah, that was a habit I had to kick relatively quickly.
You need to go into your account and
they've all
turn
renewed.
off auto renew.
Yeah, they've all renewed. It's all good.
That's how they get you. Here, have this free domain. Sucker, yeah. We'll get you. Okay, so we've kind of mentioned website, but can we just dive a bit deeper into this? You know, your old website didn't necessarily have a strategy behind it. It had a rather unique way of trying to price a boiler. If you remember that.
Yeah.
Your new website. Talk me through, the build of, let's call it your V2 website, and I guess that kind of then goes in with the ongoing development, because I think this is where a lot of people get it wrong. They say, who should I use to get a website done? And then half of Facebook says, use them or use them. And then the next question is, how much is a website?
Yeah.
And that question kind of says that it's a product that you buy, like off the shelf, and it's finished, and there you go. You've got your website, and however long, did it take 2 weeks or did it take 2 months? But there you go. You've got your website. There's no ongoing development of it. So, can you just talk me through what your experience was of us kind of starting from, this is what you had, this is the start of what you've got, but we've had however many months of development after that?
Well, yeah, because obviously we outlined at the beginning what we wanted and what we needed, the non-negotiables, if you like. But we also outlined a strategy in terms of pages that we wanted to add. Now, our service plan was something that we launched about a year ago, and you and Joanna have done a lot of work on adding all of the service plan details to the website. And it's at a stage now where people can just go onto the website and they can sign up to our service plan. They can look at the different options. They've got all the information as to what is covered on each plan. But this was set out from the start in terms of strategy, and we've had regular meetings with yourselves as to what other pages do we need, what are we working on, what can be added, what's for now, what's for the short term, medium term, long term. So as you say, it wasn't something that was just bought and it's finished and there you go. It's something that we've continued to build on. And every time I go on the website, there's something new, or there's something that's been added or tweaked or improved. We are now kind of working with a photographer, and we're hoping to start putting some of our pictures on there as well, replacing some of the stock photos. So it's something that has been constantly developing, improving, and moving with the business. If you want to add to that.
Yeah, I think you've covered it quite well. We've finally got something we're really proud of, mate, and we get comments on it. And sometimes I just find myself just going on there just to have a look at it because I love it. And to know that it's ongoing, and to know that it's only going to get better, rather than, like you said, buy off the shelf. There's your website. See you later. Gone. We're always looking to improve. You're always offering us ways of improving. That's why we're getting the the meet the team on there, and obviously
careers page,
yeah,
team
the career,
page, careers page.
Commercial as well. As things have, as time's gone on, Tommy, and this is obviously something we didn't know until we set up a business, and the three of us had separate businesses, which became one business, and we became a team. The team doesn't stop for us at the engineers and the workforce. The team is yourself and Joanna. It is the accountant. It is people that, you know, we need HR now, people that we perhaps should have spoken to before now, and we're having to because we're taking on staff. So to be able to have you guys there that we totally trust, that have done so much great work over the last 13, 14 months and continue to do so. And as I say, the check-ins, that's something that you guys always encouraged and something that we wanted to do. It's not a case of, like Scott said, it's done. It's constantly like, where are we at with it? What can we do? What's going well? What can we improve on? What can we add to it? And it's been phenomenal.
The real excitement is for me is what's next, what we're going to do next together. That's the big thing. Thinking 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, and you'll be a part of it because you'll be taking us on this journey essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's amazing to hear, guys. I just want to add into this because I think you guys can see where this can go, and I think a lot of people, if you see some sort of YouTube title along the lines of the £1 million landing page or the £1 million website, I don't think your average heating company can get the head around that because they've never had it, or they've never had their website actually generating them a lot of work. My background on it was, you know, all the boilers that we installed in the early days. I know that the vast majority of that boiler work came via one web page. One, right? And I'm like, that's over £1 million worth of boiler sales on that one page. And people can't get their head around that. It's how can a simple web page generate so much money? Now, I don't think, I think that was my thinking back then, because my thinking 11 years ago was very much it's about boiler installation, and now it's changed because service plans is even bigger than what it was. Heat pumps obviously is a part of the mix. AC is part of the mix, and for you guys, plumbing is part of the mix. So it'd be wrong to say this one web page is worth £1 million, but it's really easy to see. You need to treat your website as it's that important, rather than just paying the man down the road £3,000 and expect that this time next year, Rodney, you're going to be turning over £1 million because you've got a £3,000 website.
What's really exciting for us, Tommy, as well is the website's clearly working. It's not only does it look good and it's constantly changing and we adding new features to it, it's bringing in a lot of work. And as we grow our company and we want to create jobs and add engineers and add more infrastructure and admin staff, it's like, what else can we do? So if we went into air conditioning, like you just mentioned, we know that by implementing that into the website, as you've done with plumbing, that's going to generate the work in order for us to fulfill, get more vans on the road, more engineers in the mix, and make the business more profitable and grow the company. So it's all interlinked. I definitely underestimated how powerful a tool the website would be, could be, and should be. So yeah, all positives from us, mate.
It looks like looks like my face is frozen. So give me.
Are you back? Where your voice is? You're not here, right?
He's not there, is
Tom?
Yo,
He's here. Mate, you've swapped sides, put your back.
luckily this equipment allows you to snip pieces out. 6-year-old camera, and these bad boys, you've got to plug your camera into this, and this is an 120 quid unit that's been here for 6 years. I'm going to blame this. Okay, it's not this one; it's the other one that's plugged in. So I'm gonna. Are we still recording? Is this recording now?
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's still recording, so we can snip that part out. So last part. So we've said, you know, it's exciting that the website just keeps on developing, but in my strategy for attract, sell, keep, you know, the website, sorry, the SEO, the social media, the ads, the content is the attract. You know, we're getting people onto the website. Your website is there as a sales tool to help convert the right customers, because it's going to tell the wrong customers, no, we don't serve you. But the right customers are going to have all that information there that says, yes, we do this type of work. But a key development for us last year was the AI receptionist. Right now, I think, remind me, I'm sure I saw this data earlier. I think we didn't get your AI receptionist in until November, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was
right?
back in
October, November. Yeah.
So at the time of recording this, you've had it for 3 months, maybe 4 months. You've had it over the Christmas period. You've seen what it's like, most importantly, for an AI receptionist to cover you when you all knock off at night and put your kids to bed. You've seen what it's like at the weekend, AI chatting to people on Saturdays and Sundays, and you've seen the Christmas period as well. Of we can have Christmas, and you know, visitors to the website are being spoken to. What's the one, if you can remember any? Can you remember one particular instance of the AI receptions where you thought, "Wow, that was well done"?
There's to be honest, mate, there's been quite a few, and it was weird how it kind of happened. With the email come through, which gives you the transcript of what's been spoken about, and literally simultaneously was I reading that email, and it said, "Customer is going to WhatsApp you photos of the boiler, the problem," and literally while I had my phone in my hand, there was the customer, there was the WhatsApp, and there was all the photos of it, and it was just a bit mind blowing, because mate, I used to be really good with technology when I was a kid, but that was generally just how do I make Football Manager run on this PC. But to have that, like, that tech now on our website, and it was just like, I don't know, there's just some moments throughout our business career, I should say, since you've been on our own, that you just think, wow, like, and that was what it's probably simple to guys like yourself, some of you who are involved in this kind of, but yeah, it's just little things, mate, that make us stand out, essentially.
For me, the great thing with the AI is the accuracy of the information that it captures. It improves our efficiency, because we can pass these inquiries, depending what they are, straight to we outsource our office staff at the minute, but we bring in 2 admin roles in-house. So capturing that information makes those guys' job a lot easier in terms of calling out, or, you know, the customer might have specific requests in terms of how they'd like to be contacted, which is captured by the AI. Also for me, I'm going out and doing a lot of site visits and quote visits, so it's already done some of my homework for me, or it's got me some research. I'm not going in cold.
Thank you very much for the progress report. That's 32 minutes. When you take out my little technology issue, we might wrap that up in a 30-minute video. Thank you.